Hi guys. So I haven't been around for a while. I've been pretty much just busy, and the last thing I posted was in February. So apologies for not being around. I come back to a lot of comments. I've got over 3,500 comments, so it's going to take a while to get through them, but I'll try. Yesterday I went to a friend's house, and we went into where he works from home, and he's got this collection, record vinyl collection. I didn't have a clue he was even a DJ, but he said in the 80s and 90s he was a DJ, garage DJ in London. But his love was for funk, and jazz and blues and reggae. So he did mention garage as well, but I think he realised I wasn't interested in garage. But he had such a vast collection of vinyls. He said he had 16,000. I think he had more than that. There were so many, and CDs as well, and two Technic turntables. So it was proper like the old school. And anyway, I asked him which was his most cherished album, and he, without hesitation, he turned around and he went like that, and he just pulled out one album. He goes, "This." He said, "This is the greatest thing I've got." And for somebody who's got that much music and has been listening to them genres over, how old is Rob? He must be 48, and he was listening to that stuff since he was 8, so 40 years, right? But to have music older than him and be a DJ of that type of music, it was interesting to me to see what he cherishes, So he chose this one album, and the album is by Stevie Wonder, released in September 28, 1976, Songs in the Key of Life. So I'm gonna react to some of the songs from there. I'm gonna choose them at random. I don't know if I'll react to all of them or if I'll have time. But there's one here which I thought was interesting title. It's Have a Talk with God. So I'm just gonna react to that now and see how we get on. So. Music sheet by Stevie Wonder. So okay, we don't want that. So this is only 2.5 minutes long. Okay, so let's see how we get on.
Of today lead them to conclude that for them life is not the way. But every problem has an answer, and if yours you cannot find, you should talk it over to him. He'll give you peace of mind. When you feel your life's too hard, just go have a talk with God. Alone without a friend, never communicating with one who lives within, forgetting all about the one who never ever let you down. And you can talk to him anytime, he's always around. When you feel your life's too hard, just go have a talk with God. That's known throughout the world for solving the problems of all men, women, little boys and girls. When you feel your life's too hard, just go have a talk with God. When you feel your life's too hard, just go have a talk with God. Your love's too much to bear, just go talk to God, he cares. life's too hard.
Okay. Yeah, very, very beautiful. Oh, let me just turn this down. Really, really beautiful song, beautiful structure of like psychotic or psychedelic almost background, which I didn't expect from Stevie Wonder. He's one of them artists where, and I was saying to this guy I met, I said he's one of them artists who I know, I've heard of, you know, and is often attributed to be one of the greatest, but I can only name a handful of his songs, and I think that's not really fair on him. So that's why I'm really interested to dive into this, see what made him so great. And I'm going through the comments, and some of them are just stunning comments. One of them says the first thing that Stevie would see is heaven. I thought that's really sweet, and people saying that I bought this when I was given this when I was in a radio competition. I'm now 62 and it's the best album I've ever heard, and I still listen to it. So I'm yet to go through a lot of the tracks. Anyway, this specific track, I really, really enjoyed it. I mean, it's pop music that's gone into some kind of spiritual direction, and that's really interesting in itself, because you don't hear that often. I mean, there's sometimes subliminal messages or some kind of metaphor of some kind of fable or something like that. But I'm a believer that all stories are actually the same. Every film, every book, every song is actually the same. It's the same story. It's just told with a completely different perspective. That usually is battle between good and evil. Anyway, I'm getting into another territory. Speaking of another territory, so what I'm going to be doing, slightly diversifying, is I want to continue these reaction videos. I'll try and keep up with the demand. I've got about 3,500, I may mention 3,500 messages since February, since I last did a reaction. So most of them are requests. Naturally, I won't get around to all of them, but I'll cherry pick. But I'm going to continue this Stevie Wonder journey. I'm going to call this one of many, and I'm going to go through the album. But my new segue would be I've got a podcast called The Deeper Dive that me and a team are producing, and the purpose of that podcast is there are psychologists that have written a lot of books in different areas of psychology and physiology and all that stuff, even philosophy and theology. And the purpose of this podcast that will come to this channel soon, I'm sure it'll be split in a way organically. That is to speak to the authors of these books and to dive deeper into, if that's permitted, dive deeper into the meaning of their book, the objective, and also the topic. So I'm looking forward to that. It's another thing I'm doing. Anyway, so I've not really spoke much about this song, but yeah, it was a phenomenal track, silky voice. I love the psychedelic music in the back and the message itself. To say, talk to God. There was this great lyric in a film with Bradley Cooper called A Star Is Born, when he says nobody talks to God these days, and it's kind of true. I don't think some, because of their own reasons, which I won't get into because it's not my area, but those who do have a conversation or a dialogue with a creator, then it's true. I think it's a two-way kind of conversation. It's really interesting area. I was thinking about this story I recently heard that relates to that, but I'll probably put that into another video just to share that story with you. Anyway, so I'm going to leave it there. This is a journey, this kind of a reintroduction. I'm back and to show you guys where I'm going, and this was a lovely song to start with. So here's to the stage 3, I guess, of this channel, and thank you everyone for your support. We've got over 5,000 subscribers, which is good, because that was never the aim to gain more. The aim was to dive into music and try and bring together as many different areas of music as possible by one person. So thank you for your support, really appreciated it. And I'll continue doing this now and hopefully smile a bit more. Take care, bye.